Yeah, like Noel said, thank you guys so much for coming. You could be anywhere else, but you're here with us tonight. And I'm sure you know it by now, but here at Campus Ministry, we love to share stories of God's grace and His love in our life. And these stories are really cool because sometimes we get to hear about awesome starts to things. We get to hear about new beginnings and these exciting things that God is doing in our life for the first time. But sometimes we get to look back on awesome things that God has already done for days or weeks or maybe even years of our life, the way He's been faithful to us. So to come up and share his story, please help me in welcoming my friend, Danny Nadolski.
All right, guys, so Danny has been a part of our community for 4.5 years, and it's his last well as a student. So we invited him to come up here and share a little bit of a story, and he felt more comfortable doing it in an interview style. So that's what we're going to do. Danny, I would love for you to tell us who you are and a little bit of what life was like for you growing up.
Well, if you guys know, I am Danny, and I graduated. And I'm majoring in applied math. So what was my life before coming here? So I was baptized when I was a month old. I had little to no faith throughout my life. I was not really communicating very well with people throughout. Didn't know how to speak or express my feelings. So I was suffering from loneliness throughout my childhood and everything. At a couple years old, I was diagnosed with something called ASD, autism spectrum disorder. So that's why I can't, express my feelings, hold a conversation the right way, and make friends that way. By 5th and 6th grade, I had a hard time controlling my anger. So it was bad enough that we had to go to a psychologist and psychiatrist to try to drop it down. And it was a slow process, but it was working. And then fast forward to my high school, junior to senior year, one of my friends from my high school goes to a church and try to invite me to go to church, but I had a hard time going because I go bowling on Sunday, so how am I going to make it down there? So,
yeah, great. Danny, I would love to hear, how did you get connected with Campus Ministry?
Okay. Freshman year, 2020, COVID year, I had pretty much no close friends coming here. No close friends. One night in August of 2020, I was walking around campus, doing my thing, but when I approached the clock tower lawn and looked to my right, I saw these yard games, and then one of the student, leaders named Zach came over and invited me in to play some yard games with some of you guys. And that's the same night that I met Jordan.
What kept you coming?
What kept me coming is that you guys were really accepting. And I wanted to put that to the test and see if anybody will accept on who I am. And I felt welcomed by everyone here in this community and made me belong here. A lot of close friends than I ever had. And reunited me with God and Jesus Himself.
Yeah, we'd love to hear a little more of just how your time at Campus Ministry has impacted you personally.
Okay, I was making more real friends. So I joined a virtual watch party back in fall 2020. They didn't have life groups back then, so we did virtual watch party. I met 2 really good guys, and we watched the well virtually. And then winter of that semester, I was connected with someone different. Same deal and everything. Made more real friends, kept attending the well, kept coming to these events and make more friends, not just in my life group, but outside. And I did join a life group when they returned in my second year, so this was fall of 21. Joined a life group, first time coming in, no clue what's going on. But I met some of these great guys, they accepted me almost right away of who I am, because we share our happies, our crappies, prayer requests. Everything on the bucket list.
Yeah, definitely. What about how has being a part of Campus Ministry impacted your faith?
Big thing, being reunited with God. And having more faith in myself through this community and being around real friends that actually know what I'm going through and pray with.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with us, Danny?
All right, I'm just going to do a recap for my last remarks. Before coming here, I was lonely, hopeless, and don't have very many real friends. I was pretty much a nobody. But coming here, reuniting with God and Jesus revealed himself to be a savior because he gave me more hope, more love, lots of real friends, more faith, and I'm going to continue to follow him after I leave through these hard times because life is not going to be easy. It is not. So I'm going to need him as much as I possibly can, and this is why I worship.